Alright, peace, love, and light. Feathers up still. We're not just talking, we're actually living it. Part two. Because even through the part two, I was just doing so much analyzation and realizing things like this is becoming very telling, you know. But so yeah, and I was just tired. So now here it is. I'm coming back to my place. I just tired, and I was actually in the car. I think then what happened next? Rose ended up calling me next, right? So then that's my biological mother. She calls me. I'm like, what the frick? She was like, hey, what does this bitch say? She said, oh. She said, where are you? I'm fine. I said, I'm fine. I didn't ask you that. I said, where are you? Fine. You know, this I told you, the bitch had a tracking device on my phone. Bitch, you know exactly where I'm at. And it was a Samsung Galaxy 7. So you might be thinking, why don't you take the battery out the phone? You Google the Samsung Galaxy 7, you cannot remove the battery out the phone. Alright? I had to navigate where I was going, you know what I'm saying? So then I come back. So then she's like, where are you? And she said, where are you coming? And I'm like, I think I said something like I'll be there or something. So anyways, I get there. And then she's like, I walk up the stairs, I'm just exhausted, and then she's like, where are you? And I'm just ignoring her, cause where were you? I'm just ignoring. I'm just going in. I think went in there to go to my room to grab something out of my room. I went to grab something from my room, and then I went, and then I noticed as I was trying to leave my room, she's blocking the narrow way. She's blocking the hallway, blocking the way, so I can't get by. To get where she's like, oh, she's pushing up. You want to fight me? Oh, you want to fight me? You want to fight me, huh? I'm like, this evil bitch is like, I trying to fight me. Like, I was like, what? I was like, what? So I'm moving on, and I think I happen to get beside her, and then I go to the bathroom, and I go in the bathroom because I like I said, I've been out all day, so I was able to use the restroom. I'm using number one, and I locked, but I had to lock the door. I had to lock the door behind me, and she couldn't get in because she was still pushing, trying to get in like a zombie, like a freaking zombie, trying to get in. So I had to boom. I was able to close it, and I was able to lock it. And then this bitch does. I'm in the bathroom. She goes and runs in the kitchen to go get a knife or something. I don't know. She said it was. But to get something, to go get something out of the door, to go open up the door. When I'm using the bathroom. This is insane. This is outsane, if you would call it that. This is just outrageous. I know that for sure. So I'm like, so now I'm holding the door, and I'm like, and so then I think, so I can, shut the door. And so then what happens next is that, like, I was out the door, and I walk out, and I see her. She's by the doorway of my kitchen, outside of my kitchen, like in the living room. It was a small place, but it was like, so she's like walking, and then she's like, and I see she's got the steak knife. She's got the steak knife in her hand, and she's got it right here at her waist. And I'm just like, and I'm walking, and I see it, and I'm slowly walking away, keeping my distance, and this bitch is just looking at me and moving closer. And then once I hit like the turn and the steps, and that's when I freaking bulleted down the steps. I kid you not. And then I have my keys, and I just have my keys, and I got in a car. I didn't even took and I had the club. I didn't even take the club. I didn't have time. This bitch came outside. Still with the knife in her hand, and tried to this is so much, dog. This bitch came outside, still with the knife in her hand, and all I could do was reverse, and I had to take the keys, and then that's when she went back inside, and that's how she went back inside. And then I took the keys out, the car, the ignition, and then in order to take the club out, and then so that I could drive the car, steer the steering wheel. So then, I drove to the police station. I think that I knew. The one on GPS. The GPS one. I think the GPS put it. It's like one of the closest ones. So I put it in there, and next you know, that's when I went to the police station, and it turns out when I got out the parking lot that she pulled up and parked. She got out this and she followed me. She followed me to the police station. That's when I went in. And I can't believe I went inside and I told the person at the front desk what happened. She went and told my biological mother that. You don't know that bitch. Well, she don't even understand my biological mother. Why would you tell that bitch? Why? Unprofessional ass bitch. Unqualified ass bitch. Oh my gosh, you don't even know how much easier it would be if you can do certain things that the narcissist has done to you. They're freaking criminals. So then what happened? Now this is when, well, after I left the office some more, because she's like, you don't have a license. She said, I'm gonna give you a warning. She asked me my name, whatever. I told her my name, told her my age. I guess I was giving her a lot of, but I didn't even have my license, because I was like, the police told me. I was doing what the police told me. They told me to go straight there, and she said I was driving kind of fast. She didn't have a speedometer. I didn't went on, I guess no speed limit she could say, but if I'm driving kind of fast, like, and I told you my situation, she said we don't have no license, and then I'm like, okay, and I was like, okay, and I told her once, well, I didn't even get a chance to. She's like, she didn't want to hear what the hell I had to say, because when she asked me, she went to go ask them. What sense does that make? What are you asking me for? Irritating. She's like, well, this bitch seemed like a junkie. I seen that this bitch like she had pills in her motherfucking eyes. I could see it. Well, this bitch like a junkie. So she's like, well, I gave you a warning. She's like, so I'm like, what do I do now? I'm trying to get away from her, because I'm trying to go to the police station. And you the police, and you stopped me from going to the police station, bitch? What help are you then? So then I ended up, she said, you can stop in a Walmart. No, she said, you didn't say it. She said, you can, well, IHOP's open. You can go in IHOP and just wait and sit things. Fucking bitch. What the frick are you talking about, bitch? Huh? Stuff ain't gonna work, you bum ass bitch. Bitch could care less. I really think the bitch was trying to see who I was. Because y'all can say that, oh, well, she gave me a warning when I drive. I'm like, okay, but it's like, you called the police station and they told you what happened. Like, I had a, I was only doing what they told me. You dig what I'm saying? Because they had to stop her. They had to stop my biological mother. They had to hold her up so she could not follow me. Do you get what I'm saying? So she couldn't follow me. And you know, and I'm just like, and the rest of the reason why this car was following me so much, because I think they kept trying to figure out who I was. You know, they like to profile, like, she kept trying to figure out who I was. That's the thing I said when I had said I had turned. I had made a turn, and the car wasn't there. I think they had went past, because that's when I turned so fast. And I think they started to swivel and they turned behind me. Turned behind me, and I'm like, what the frick, man? This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And so then happened then. Guess who I get another? Oh, then I think what happened was, so I pulled up. So after that, I drove. I still haven't really got like no real like, real sleep. I'm just tired, nigga. I don't even think I ain't had no money. I couldn't eat. I went to this gas station. I think I asked if they had a restroom or something like that. So yeah, I already saw something right there. So I went to the restroom and I came back to my car and I just sat in my car and I went to sleep. I reclined my seat and I went to sleep at the gas station. And so then I think I had got text. I was getting text from this is somebody I called Brother Haru. He's like, oh, don't tell, because I guess he was worried about the police or something. But he lives over in Ottawa in the United Kingdom. Like, what they gonna contact you for? Like, he's like, did you tell them talking to me or something like that? Don't tell them this. Don't tell them that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I think he was just only trying to cover his own butt. So he ended up, I think he ended up getting mad at me or something because I was trying to text, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, he was just getting mad. It was so much for me. It was so much for me, honestly. And so I was trying to message him and trying to keep up things. You needed the map to know where you're going, and I couldn't take the battery out the phone because it's a Samsung Galaxy 7, where it's built in. The battery is built in. So I'm like, yo, what the frick? I didn't even know where I was at. I honestly didn't even know where I was at. So I just went to sleep. I think I went to sleep, and then next thing I wake up to that noise, and it was on the glass, and it was my biological mother. She's like, and I was just looking at this bitch like, she's like, hi, hi, I just wanted to let you know that I'm going, okay? I'm going, okay? I'm gonna be going, okay? You want to get out and say hi or something? You want to say bye? Oh, what the frick? Yo, if you were gonna be gone, bitch, why didn't you just go? Bitch, you followed me. You put a tracking device on my phone to harass me. You put a tracking device on my phone to harass me and follow me, you evil bitch. So then she ends up, and she just leaves. And she's like, okay, you can go now. So I'm like, whatever. So this bitch is leaving. So I think I can go back to my place. And I'm like, as I'm driving, I think I waited some time. I waited for her to leave first. And then when she left, because I think she's saying she's going back home. She's going back to Michigan. So then I ended up signing up. I'm like, okay, let me go back to my place, because I still haven't been able to take a shower, just bathe and eat, all that. I don't have my wallet on me. So then I'm going to drive. As I'm driving, I seen this car. It's hers. It's a light gold Chrysler. I hate to use the word light. Less saturated gold Chrysler 300. And just speaking of that, one of that, I think, because I think I said to her one time, it looked like a Rolls Royce. She's like, yeah, because it looked like we got money. Just bum ass bitch stuff. Always trying to look like she got money, but bitch, you ain't got no motherfucking money, bitch. Hated that bitch. It used to be in a Sam's Club or Costco, because the bitch, she wouldn't feed me. She would not feed me at times. Like, I used to be so hungry. I used to beg my mom for food, And I think when finally she went to, like, Costco's, it's like this big grocery store. They got a lot of stuff. And I think when they sell like food at the concessions, and I went there and I got a hot dog. It was a beefy like hot dog, and I remember I had a hot dog. I remember I put everything. I put relish, onions, ketchup, mustard, and I ate the whole hot dog. And afterwards, it was like the condiments later remaining on the aluminum foil, and I was like eating it from the aluminum foil like that, and she was like, you ain't that hungry. You ain't. I said, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Bitch, I am hungry if you see me eating that much. The bitch was saying, don't show people that you hungry. Don't show people that I don't feed you. That's what that meant. That's what that meant. Bitch always talking about somebody embarrassed. Don't embarrass me. Don't embarrass you. Oh, you make a scene. The bitch make a scene. Nobody even really looking at this bitch, really. That's one of the things narcissists always worrying about, making a scene. Nobody checking them. Nobody checking for them. You garbage ass bitch. Always care about what other people think about them. Man, ain't nobody even checking for them. Garbage ass people. Lifeless ass people. Soulless people. Bitch ass people. Evil parasites. So yeah. Let me see. Let me get this right. So then, I even leave off. Oh yeah. So then I went back to my place, and then after I went back to my place, I don't know if it was there. No, I wasn't even there yet. I think I got a call from. Oh, I was at the gas station. It said it's still saturated. Less saturated, whatever. I'm not even sure if I really knew the time, because I don't think the clock was right on my car. Those clocks aren't really always right. A lot of times they aren't. So then she's like. So then I think her other son calls me. He's like, where are you at? I'm at the gas station. He's like, you sleeping at the gas? Don't sleep at the gas station. Whoa, that's so dangerous, man. That's so don't sleep at the gas station. He's freaking out all this, scared at the gas station. But why did I have to sleep at a gas station then? Why? Why? Is it because of your mother? She's harassing me, terrorizing me. I can't even be in my own place. Is that the reason why I gotta sleep at a gas station, nigga? Huh? 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 Is that the reason why? So he ends up so he's like, no, she's like, yeah. So then I think I told her what Rose did, and I said I called the police. She's like, whoa, don't call the police on mom. Don't call the police on mom. You don't call the police on don't call the police on, because I told her she came after me with a knife. He's like, I was wrong. And this is because he exposed himself because he's trying to act like he was helping me. This is a flying monkey. Narcissistic bitch. Faggot. So then he's like, oh, don't do that. Mom can get a jail. Mom can get arrested for that. My bitch, and so he was like, I think he told me something like, he texted me one time as far as like, even about, because you know that I think that, because he was telling me that since she came, and I was telling her how she came outside with a knife in her hand, and he said that it should be like some videotape or something. And he said something like that. That was like one of the last text messages. And I was like, so do you think, I asked him about it, and he was like, what? And I'm like, it's right above, the text message is right above, nigga, you could see. He said like LOL or something. And I'm like, the fuck you, almost cursed. But I said, what the, you mean LOL? I'm saying something like, and he tried to say what? I'm like, nigga, the text messages are right above. You know what the frick we was talking about. You know what recently went on, you bitch ass nigga. You know that, stop playing with me, goofy. Don't contact me then, bitch nigga. Huh? I'm sick and tired of this, dog. I'm sick and tired of these flying ass monkeys, dog. All these motherfucking narcissists, all they trying to do is harass me, cuz. Garbage ass, no life motherfuckers. I don't want nothing to do with them. Man, I done told you I'm a bitch ass auntie, man. I done freaking said it. Bum ass bitch. That bitch is a narcissist, dog. That might be for another video, dog, but shoot, but let me finish this one because I'm gonna be talking for a bit, yo. I know y'all like the content and y'all like to, y'all like to hear stuff like this because a lot of people don't know a lot of people don't know. And if you do know, you don't have anybody to talk to. You don't have anybody to talk to who knows where you coming from. And I get where you coming from, you dig? Because I've experienced this. So, anyway, so I finally make it. So as I'm driving, this one after Rose and knocked on my glass and she said she left. I wait for her to leave first and then she left. And then she's leaving and I'm seeing her, someone, a gold Chrysler car in front of me, like driving. And I'm like, what the frick? And it's even behind me. So I'm like, it's like at the red light and I'm stopping like at least 50, 60 feet. Feels, maybe that's a little exaggerated. 50 feet. It's a hella feet like in front of, because I didn't even want to be, I was so, didn't want to be bothered by her that I was even, any car that looked like her, because I didn't want to be side by side and looking to see if it was her. I wanted to be around this bitch. I didn't want to be around this bitch at all. So I didn't want to be side to side. So I was like, even though the cars are stacked in another lane, I was like, I'll let that person. I just wait. I just hit the brakes. I just hit the brakes from afar. And so then I see in the car, and I'm like, oh, so it is Rose. And I kept seeing the car with her and the Rose, and I think it was back to my place. And guess what she did? And I'm like, let me see. And then she was in front of me now. So the bitch goes and she drives in front of me. And then when my place is at the turn, she goes past it and she goes and gets on the highway or something like that. So then I'm like, okay, she's not there. She's not going to my place. So then I go to my place and I go turn. And I think when I went there, one of the things I have is one of those things you put on the back of underneath your doorknob so people don't kick your door in. Didn't work. Because I told you my biological parents, my biological father, bitch ass motherfucker, it's the same with. And now he broke my door. He actually broke the door in so they can come grab me and basically kidnap me to stay with them because I didn't have a place. And all of a sudden, making faggot ass excuses, talking about this money. These motherfuckers, they know what money they spend on. I think I've even explained that story, but if I haven't, let me focus on this one. I ended up I ended up going back in my place, and I'm like, okay. And I saw one of the latch. It wasn't a latch, it was the thing that you put underneath. It's like a stick. It's almost like a pole, but it's underneath the door so people to stop kicking in. I noticed that thing was going, the top that goes to it, because it's apparently, I don't know why they made it replaceable. I guess for different designs, a different type of holds, or different doors. But they didn't come with the item, and they didn't mention anything about it on the back of it. That was gone. So I'm like, yo, what the frick? So then next thing you know, I'm in my place, and I told this other guy who I was getting advice from. He was like, I was telling him what was going on. Or maybe this is another story, because they just kept harassing me. But she was like, oh, she's probably coming back. And she's probably coming back, she's probably coming back. So I wouldn't rest my eyes, because, she might be coming back. And I'm like, the frick? So then, I was in my place, and I said I was in my place, and I was getting ready to shower. Because I'm like, man, this is like, it's daytime by now. So the next day goes on, and it's daytime. So I'm finally at my place. I'm getting ready to shower, And then one thing I did, I forgot something in my car. I said, I got something in my car. And then when I go out to my car, I go outside, I go down the steps, and I open the door to go out of my car, and I look, freaking Rose's car is there. And I'm like, the fudge? Like I told you, I saw this bitch went past my place. Now she's here. She's like, hey, I just forgot something up top. I just forgot something. Like, what'd you forget? She's like, it was something in the bed or something. And I'm like, there's something in the bag. And I'm like, okay. So I went upstairs, and I got her the bag, and I gave it to her, or something like that. And then it's almost like one of those things in the Wild West when they have a stand up. They got the thing at the hip, they're about to draw. And I'm just like, and it was like, that's how far I was like apart from this bitch. And I'm like, because I'm looking at this bitch, and I gave it to her now. And I'm like, cause I'm waiting for this bitch to be gone. And then she's like, and then she turns off the car, takes the keys out of it, and gets out the car, and she starts to walk. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? She's like, I forgot. I forgot. She puts her head down, and she's about to go walk in. So then I sprint, and I go and I lock the door. And then I didn't, like I told you, she took the thing from me. So, but I did have was one of my chairs from upstairs in the kitchen. The video's about to end soon. And I put it in the door. I put it in the door ledge to block it. And next thing you know, she goes, boom! And she pushed the door right through. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. You guys know what to do for a coaching session. Follow the information in the description box. Next video.